Ever wonder if everything you think you know is a lie? Let's dive into some paradoxes that will break your brain. First, the Ship of Theseus. Imagine a famous ship. Over centuries, every single plank is replaced. Is it still the same ship? If you say yes, what if we built a new ship from all the old, original planks? Which one is the real deal? This makes you question what identity even is. Is it our physical parts or our continuous story? Next, the Hitler Paradox. You travel back in time to stop him as a baby. Awesome. You saved millions. But wait, ... If he never caused any harm, then you never had a reason to go back in time in the first place. So you wouldn't go, he would grow up, and history would repeat, creating an endless, terrifying loop. Mind-bending, right? Ever thought about time traveling to fix the past? Let's say you go back and stop a major historical tragedy before it even begins. Sounds heroic, right? You've just saved millions of lives. But hold on, here's where it gets tricky. If you successfully prevented that disaster, then the very reason you decided to travel back in time would cease to exist. Think about it. If the horrible event never happened, you would have no motivation to go on your time-traveling mission in the first place. So, you wouldn't go. But if you don't go, the event happens all over again, which then gives you the reason to go back, creating an infinite, mind-bending loop. It's a paradox that seriously messes with the concept of cause and effect. What do you think? Could you break the loop? Imagine this. A crocodile snatches a child from a riverbank. It then turns to the distraught mother and offers a strange deal. "Predict correctly whether I will return your child," says the crocodile, "and if you're right, I'll give him back. If you're wrong, I'll keep him." The mother, thinking quickly, declares, "You will not return my child. Now, let's untangle this." If the crocodile keeps the child, the mother's prediction was correct. So, according to the deal, the crocodile must return the child. But wait, that's a contradiction. On the other hand, if the crocodile decides to return the child, the mother's prediction becomes incorrect. And according to the deal, if she's wrong, the crocodile must not return the child. It's a complete logical trap. No matter what the crocodile does, it breaks its own promise. Imagine this. A warden tells a prisoner, "Sometime next week, you'll be thrown into a tiger cage." But here's the catch. It will be a complete surprise. The prisoner starts thinking, "Okay, the week ends on Friday. If I'm still here by Thursday night, I'll know Friday is the day, so it won't be a surprise." Friday is out. He continues, "Since Friday is impossible, Thursday is now the last day. If I'm here Wednesday night, I'll know Thursday is the day. No surprise there." So Thursday is out too. Using this exact logic, he eliminates Wednesday, Tuesday, and finally Monday. He breathes a sigh of relief, thinking, "They can't throw me in at all." Then, on Tuesday afternoon, the guards show up, and he's thrown into the tiger cage. It was a complete and utter surprise. His own logic, which proved the surprise was impossible, is precisely what made him vulnerable to being surprised. Mind-bending, right? Imagine a giant heap of sand right there on the beach. Now, if I take away just one single grain of sand, is it still a heap? Of course, it is. What if I take away another one? Still a heap, right? You see where this is going. If we keep removing one grain at a time, at what exact point does it stop being a heap? A single grain of sand definitely isn't a heap. Neither are 2 or maybe even 10. But if removing 1 grain at a time doesn't change it from a heap to a non-heap, then logically, a single grain should still be a heap. This is the Crocodile Paradox, and it brilliantly shows how fuzzy and imprecise words like heap, tall, or bald can be. Our language is full of these vague concepts that don't have a clear-cut boundary. So, how many grains make a heap? Have you ever tried to wrap your head around the concept of infinity? It's mind-bending, right? There's a story that perfectly captures this feeling. A wise man once asked God, "How long is infinity?" God pointed to a colossal tower and said, "Every 100 million years." A single silk handkerchief brushes against the very top of this tower. When the entire tower is worn away to dust by that gentle touch, that's just the beginning of infinity. The man was absolutely staggered by this idea. He then asked, "But how long will that take for the whole tower to wear away?" God simply smiled and replied, "For infinity, it's only been 1 minute so far." This story beautifully illustrates how our human minds struggle to grasp true infinity. It's a concept so vast, it makes our entire existence feel like a fleeting moment. Have you ever wondered if your life is predetermined by fate, or if you truly have free will? Let's explore a mind-bending paradox. Imagine a fortune teller tells you, "Tomorrow at exactly 3 p.m., you will drink a coffee." Hearing this, you might decide to prove them wrong. You think, "I'll just drink tea instead." So, 3 p.m. comes and goes, and you proudly avoid coffee, proving your free will, right? But what if the fortune teller knew you would do that? What if their prediction was designed to make you avoid coffee? This means your act of rebellion was part of the fate they foresaw all along. This is the unexpected paradox. It reveals the tricky relationship between knowing the future and our ability to change it. So, was your choice truly free, or was it just another step in a pre-written script? Have you ever wondered if motion is just an illusion? The ancient philosopher Zeno came up with a mind-bending paradox that suggests it might be. Imagine an arrow flying through the air. Now, let's freeze time for just a single, infinitesimally small instant. At that exact moment, where is the arrow? It's occupying a space exactly equal to its own size, right? It's not moving. It's just asterisk, there, asterisk. Zeno argued that since the arrow is motionless at every single instant of its flight, it must be motionless for the asterisk entire asterisk duration. If time is just a collection of these frozen moments, then how can anything ever truly move from one place to another? It seems logically impossible. Of course, physics and calculus have given us ways to understand motion, but conceptually, Zeno's paradox still makes you question the very nature of reality. Have you ever thought that doing something sensible, like saving money, could actually be bad for everyone? It sounds crazy, right? This is the paradox of thrift. Individually, saving money is a great idea. You put some cash aside for a rainy day, plan for the future, and build financial security. It's the responsible thing to do. But what if everyone started doing this at the same time? Imagine a whole country decides to tighten their belts. Nobody goes out to eat, nobody buys new clothes, no one gets that new car. Suddenly, businesses aren't making any money. To survive, they have to cut back, which often means laying off workers. Unemployment goes up, people have even less money to spend, and the whole economy spirals downward. So, The smart choice for one person, when done by everyone, leads to a collective disaster. A true paradox where individual reason clashes with group outcome.